Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. It's hot out. Let's drink some whiskeys.
Let's start out tonight with a shout out to our friend Fred Frazier.
Fred!
Friend of the channel for a very long time, and Fred reached out last week and said, you know what I miss is those reviews that you used to do in the van, whether it's single bottle or whatever. And well, Fred, thank you for the feedback. And
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to get back in the van, just not today. It's in the 90s, which means in there it's in the hundreds. But we are going to do a review today because we've got two bottles that we visited this winter, and they didn't really hit our palates exactly like we hoped.
We did them in a blind, and we did suggest that these would be better in hot weather. So here we are.
To start off, we are going with this bottle right here, Old Bardstown. This is a Willet bottle.
Yes.
It's not something that we can get here in Oregon. We actually had no intention of purchasing that bottle, but when we were in Kentucky, we couldn't go to Heaven Hill because they were on strike. Willet's around the corner, so that's where we wound up. So we bought this one at the distillery. I got a few notes here. I'm gonna break them out. This is Old Bardstown Estate Bourbon. It's a blend of bourbons aged 4 to 10 years is our understanding. It is 101 proof, purchased, like I said, at the Willet Distillery for $30. We've got that right here in the Bourbon Van logo glasses.
Great.
And we'll get to the nose, get to the tasting here, and then we have a barrel proof bourbon to taste immediately after this one. So we're just gonna start with the lower proof here, but let's get to the nose.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's Willet, but it has a very Willety nose to it.
Yeah, you can't really miss it. It's almost like lemon fruit leather, but with real leather.
Let's try it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Man, now that I know the flavors of Willet, it's something I learned in the Advent tournament because we had a couple Willet bottles and they all had the same flavor profile.
Yeah.
The lemon and the tea note. The tea is so distinctive in a Willet product. That's exactly what I'm getting here.
Yeah, and you know, that bourbon is aged quite well, that blend of 4 to 10 years. You get a little bit of sweet oak, but there's a little bit of bitterness too that follows along. So it's not just sugary sweetness. There's herbal here, the herbal tea notes.
So herbal, yeah.
Vanilla, little oak, very light tobacco, but a lot of that leather, a lot of that lemon candy, almost like a lemon zest, lemon dropped candy, something. Powerful flavors. Very
powerful flavors. It is warm today, but it does drink cool, if that makes sense. I think it is that herbalness. It doesn't taste like a hot tea, right? Like you're talking about tea notes, but not like a hot tea, but like a nice,
like an iced herbal
almost
tea,
like an iced herbal tea. Some good lemon. It is cloudy today, so maybe that is bringing in the moodiness that you need for drinking this particular bottle.
What do you think about the finish on this?
There's a really nice vanilla note that comes through on the finish that I'm really enjoying because I think it offsets almost that herbal citrusiness that you get on the palate.
Yeah, absolutely. You need that vanilla sweetness to come through and balance everything out, and I think that that's happening. You know, the mouthfeel is nice. It coats nice. There is a little bit lingering vanilla, maybe some spice there. Pretty well balanced, and I have to say, when we tried it this winter, we noticed a lot of big flavors, but we weren't in love with those flavors.
Right.
And right now, this whiskey's kind of showing off.
It definitely is a mood bottle. Like we keep talking, the flavors are pretty distinctive and flavorful. I mean, just different flavors that you would normally get. So you have to be in the mood for it, and it's hitting the palate today.
Yeah, I like it. I think for a $30 bottle, I don't know what people are paying for this out and about, but we got it again, like I said, at the distillery. It's not a bottle that's readily available or available at all here in Oregon. I think that this is a pretty distinctive whiskey. It's got a ton of flavor. It is 101 proof, and for that price point, absolutely, I think this is a good bottle.
I would say that it's a backyard whiskey.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm not going to go as far as saying that I think it's a campfire. I mean, we are at the Bourbon Van, we always are camping.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you've paired this with a cigar or with a campfire.
Right,
Let us know what you think.
So that's glass one. Should we try number two?
That's a good idea. Glass number two, we are ramping up the proof in a big way. And this is a bottle that we have enjoyed in the past, but in the last blind that we put it in, it was up against some very decadent, rich flavors, and it definitely struggled against those bottles. But at the time we said, I think that bottle's going to perform in the summertime. And so this is Penelope Bourbon Barrel Strength. It is 115.8 proof, and this is a bottle that was actually gifted to us by Eric C. and Ruby Heart 921. So thank you both for that. It's batch number 6. It's their 4-grain bourbon, a blend of 4 to 5 year bourbons is our understanding. MGP sourced by Penelope Distilling. We believe that this sells in the neighborhood of $70. So obviously we've done some damage to it. We've actually been...
I know, you can't say that we didn't like it. We just, we're trying to find the right season for it.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm excited to get into this one. This is batch SB01, it says over here. So they're 4-grain whiskey, corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley. Gonna set this back here. Beautiful bottle, by the way. All their bottles are just gorgeous. And thanks again, Eric C. and Ruby Heart 921. Let's get into this 115.8 proof barrel strength bourbon.
It smells delicious.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
It always smells good.
I know, but it almost smells marshmallowy. There's something like candy store about it.
Yeah, and we've said about these 4-grain whiskeys before, they can be changelings. It almost seems like every time we return, we find something totally unexpected. I like that marshmallow note. There's a nice oak presence here.
Yeah.
It's all sweetness.
It's very sweet.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's quite nice.
I was thinking that it's very different than what we just tasted.
Yeah, super different, super different. And it is spicier, and it's not just proof spice. There's definitely some cinnamon here, maybe even some clove, maybe even a ginger here on the finish. It's that 4-grain thing. There's always a lot of flavor. There's a lot to find, and we enjoy that. Tasting this on a hot day, I'm not missing anything like I was in the middle of winter the last time we tried it. It's got a nice robust flavor. I'm not missing that deep brown sugar note or anything like that.
Right.
What I'm getting here is the flavors that I was looking for on a nice hot day.
Yeah, I was wondering if the reason I think things drink well as a summertime was because this also drinks a bit cool. So the flavors aren't those, like you're saying, those deep leathers or darker sugars or caramels. Everything is just a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. You know, there's definitely your brown sugar note there, but maybe it's a light brown sugar. And the fruit kind of is just like a happier fruit.
Absolutely, yeah. This is almost like a granulated, sugar-covered mixed berry or something like that. Maybe even a little bit of a mango or something like that. Very bright flavors, like you said.
I like the baking spices in this as well. You know, that mix of like brown sugar and then you throw all the spices in it and you kind of mix that together to make some sort of like...
Slurry?
Exactly.
The viscosity is great, and the finish is almost like a cinnamon bun with vanilla icing.
Yum.
A little bit spicy, very flavorful, very sweet, but it's not overwhelming the palate. And even at 115 proof, I think this one actually drinks under that proof point.
Yeah, I would say the other one drank a little bit over. This does drink under.
Both of these bourbons, I think it should be noted, are not going to appeal to everybody.
Oh, right.
The 4-grain profile is super unique to begin with.
Yeah.
The Willet profile, also super unique. Sometimes you have to be in a mood, sometimes it has to be the right season, and I think both of these bottles are a great example of that. Both of these are bottles that I wasn't sure what would happen today, and I'm very happy.
I like them better today than I have at any point in the past.
I completely agree. Yeah, they're hitting my palate perfectly, and if you clicked on this video because the thumbnail said, are these the best whiskeys for summer? Well, let us know. What do you think are the best whiskeys for summer? Because these are both hitting the spot. I'm happy with both, and I would recommend them both if you want to try something unique that is out of the ordinary. Neither one of these really hit our palates during colder weather, in the house, during blinds, that sort of thing. But drink them on their own when it's hot out. I'm rambling because I don't do well in the heat. I like both of these bottles.
These are totally hitting our palate today. What unique bourbons or whiskeys hit your palate during the summertime? Let us know.
I think we have a little time left here before summer's over.
We definitely do.
We'll check a few more of these out. Thanks again to Fred Frazier for letting us know he misses us doing video reviews in the van here. We appreciate it so much. And from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. And you should show up.